Hey everyone, welcome back to my next video. I kind of feel like I need an energy drink. Is that okay? Hey everyone, this is Edward from Front Yard Dad, 3D Print Dad, or I Heart 3D Print, and I haven't figured out the name yet. But I want to talk about a topic that has really helped me be a better creator, a maker, and it's putting wheels on everything that you make. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep it simple, not drag the video out, just get my point across. All of these things I've created with a welder. Before I had a welder, I just had woodworking tools and just very basic rough miter saw. I used 2x4s. I found the value. So let's go ahead and my camera lady, if the camera lady can get the backdrop in here. So we got all these tools in here. Like obviously you can't work in a situation like this, right? I mean, it would be impossible. You know, I put wheels on all these carts. So this front yard space, if you can follow me around, camera lady, this front yard space can extend the garage temporarily. And the whole idea is that I get my stuff out in less than 5 minutes, because the more effort it takes to do something, the less you're going to want to do it. So what we're going to do is just take all these things outdoors with this canopy up. Usually this canopy's not here. I usually do this in the evening, but for the sake of making a video, and I haven't set this up. I have not set any of this up. We're going to wing this video and get the point across. This is a creation from a Chinese vinyl roll holder. I paid like 350 bucks for the original vinyl roll holder. It held like 16 pieces, and just pushing it, there's no handle, so you'd push on it, on the vinyl, and the welds literally broke. This is the wheel off of it, the original wheel. I could not get it up off that ledge, so that started to bend this 2-inch steel off. It's just easier to fabricate it, and I fabricated this from scrap steel at the steel mill, wherever you buy steel at. And it probably cost me like grand total 100 bucks, and it's way more useful. And I'm gonna show you this. We got this out of the way, and you can see these are Home Depot lawnmower wheels, probably like 15 bucks a pop. 5/8 inch solid cold rolled steel for the axles. Subscribe, I want to do a review on this. Get this beautiful lawn the way it looks. Gas, whatever you do, you don't want to weld next to gasoline. Maybe you can get away with it, not worth the risk. Look at this mess. I mean, camera lady, look at this bucket of screws just sitting here waiting to tip over. Like I said, I work a full-time job. I'm also an entrepreneur. I make signs. Time is of the essence, and I don't want to be demotivated by being organized and finding where everything goes. And then once you get everything organized, you don't want to disassemble it. I'd rather just use the technology that I have to shortcut the human condition. So I'll put this here. And as always, keep your PPE nearby. It's a little bit of an exaggeration here, but okay. This go-kart, I'm gonna bring this outside. Like I said, usually this canopy's not here because I work in the evenings. I've mentioned this in other videos. This is a Blanchard ground plate. Each one of these is 75 pounds. We weighed them at the saw place. They were miscut. Usually these are hundreds of dollars. These were miscuts. But a mill comes by, you can see the marks, flattens these out, so they make great welding plates because they're very flat. Up to my welding game 5,000%. So we're gonna take this out. This whole cart probably weighs 300 pounds. And this is a piece of 80/20 steel. If the camera lady, can you get under there? So it gets out of the way, I push it out of the way. When I'm ready to move it, I use leverage. And then I pull this out. If you can step back, I don't want this to fall on you. And wouldn't you know it, the freaking canopy's in the way. We're gonna take it right into the grass. What do you think, camera lady? You think it'll hack it? All right, here we go. I just watered the grass. I don't usually take this out into the grass like this. Okay, we got my welder. This, I probably would have done over a different way. And I say that because I don't like that has spring action in it. Also, I would have used those pneumatic wheels because this is pretty heavy. When you have a bottle of argon on the back right here, it's super heavy. So it all goes out. These are, again, put these in. You can 3D print little holders. I haven't got around to that. Yeah, let's bring that big table out too. It's all of it. Okay. All right, guys. See, this is the table, one of the original tables that I had, workspaces. There's no way to lock the wheels. It doesn't run over edges very well. It wants to tip over every chance it gets. And now it's just become a junk holder. So, here's the big boy right here. Get our... Now, when you have all your tools on wheels, you're probably not going to bring every table out every single time. The main feature, the main reason you'd bring everything out is because you're going to clean up the garage. Sweep dust, remove, sawdust, or weld. When I work on the go-kart, usually how it works out for us, go-karts with the welders out, the welder actually just sits right here. I weld and I bring that cutter to the right side over there. So just get your stuff that'll fall down, tipped over. All right, when you get power tools, get the nice stuff, guys. It'll last a lifetime or close enough, and you'll have that confidence that it's gonna work. I grew up on a farm, and my dad always stressed having nice tools, and we had a whole bunch of these nice tools my entire childhood. So, okay, so here we go. Here we go. Maybe I should run over this tube just to show, like, with the carts, you run over a little screw, right? And the cart stops, so you got to get the screw out of the way. We don't need to do all that, sorry. Putting out this canopy was a mistake. Here we go. Got some loose grass seed, which I definitely don't want to get in my grass. Here we go. A planer, a table saw. I don't know what I ran over there. I think it's a vacuum hose. So I have my first design change right here. One thing I find when I have tables, let's go look at this wheel, is your brain only thinks up to this edge. No matter how many times I do this, I always forget the wheels bow out a little bit. So you could see where I visually felt like it was cleared, but the wheel got it because I'm looking at this, and I've had this thing built for like 2 years. Always go through the same thing. So if you look at this wheel, right, it's just held on with little screws. I could pull this out, rotate it, and bring the wheels inward. When I make things and I'm not sure of the design choices, I try to make them adjustable so I don't have to grind and cut, and that was one of the changes. But yeah, so we'll bring this out, and I'm going to show you how you can make one for your wood table easy and cheap, and start getting your home workshop ready for putting wheels on stuff. Here we go. Everything's on wheels. I don't know how long that video took. How long do you think we've been filming? 12 minutes. My entire workshop's outside. I used to work off, I had like 4 or 5 of these. You still got to transfer all the hardware over. Yeah, this is a superior way of getting it done. I'm going to find a little part that I made for doing the same thing on wood tables, because before these were steel, they were wood, and I did the same exact thing. Okay, so I found a piece. One of my first tables that I built was out of 2x4, yellow pine, some Home Depot stuff. The first wood table built the next steel table, so I don't have that wood table no more. So actually the first one it built was this right here. Then this built after that was ready, because I like wood tops. You can screw down to the wood and use it as an anchor. So these basically are spoilers. This table built that table with the go-karts on. And then these 2 tables built this 4 foot by 6 foot table. But it all started with me having the ability to wheel my stuff out and get it moving around. So you see this is I want to say It's not a 1/4 inch. I can't remember what the size down is. I want to say 3/16. But the wheel, you just screw it in with some deck screws. Might have some deck screws laying around here. Some 1-inch deck screws. You've seen these at Home Depot with the star bit. Screw these in, and you can buy the Home Depot wheel. I wouldn't do what I did here. I wasn't thinking clearly, so I put it right in the middle, like instinctively. And I did drill out the bottom so this would hold up. And I used the cheapest welder humanly possible to build this, and it held up for years. I mean, I've got my money's worth. I mean, I didn't have a proper cutter. You can see how it's like cut funky. But yeah, you screw it in, and maybe cut it a little lower so you can have more adjustment. Do this to both sides of the table, and I would not put wheels on all 4 legs. I wouldn't put casters or anything. I'd use muscle to move it in and out, because you do want that rigidity. Come, step back, and then you do want that rigidity to where you can put a lot of weight. I'll probably weigh 175, 180. And then you got this planer that's 80 pounds, and this table saw, I don't know, it's probably 40 pounds, I'm not sure. And miters, so yeah, it's quite loaded down. Eventually that go-kart's gonna go on this table, because I need those plates to weld up the back half. I hope you enjoyed. I've thought about selling these, just fabbing them up and then making a how-to video of how to use them. We'll see about that, but I'll tell you what, if I decide to sell something like this, maybe I'll make like 5 of them, or 6 or whatever, and have a link, and you can buy them and see if something people want, because I don't know who's making these or what it would be called. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the little show and tell, but you really should be putting wheels on everything, especially if you got limited space. I want to show you guys these wheels. These wheels you can't buy at Home Depot, at least I haven't seen them there. They may come depending on your region, but I was getting these at Harbor Freight. I mean, really cheap, and it holds 30 psi. You got to use a bike pump to air it up. Man, you can get some real all-terrain going. You know what? Let's do an all-terrain scene. So let's take this. Every time we film, the kids need to come outside and watch Mom and Dad film. Let me know, guys, if this is something that you're interested in. Now, doing this with wood's a lot more sketchy. Screws have play in them, especially when they're heavy. Stuff's heavy on there. But I'm gonna off-road this. I feel the wet Bermuda grass collapsing because it's overwatered. Oh man. You guys tell me where you can get a table that does this. Got my clamp storage. Now it's the end of the video. Thanks a lot and have a great day.